Well, hello again, everyone, and welcome to the Options Mentor. Wow, what a couple of weeks we've had with the CPI numbers. Lots of move this last week with the Fed. And I know a lot of you have probably gotten thrown around a bit. I've seen it. I've seen it with my students I work with also. So at a time like this, maybe if you've gotten banged up a little, I think trading psychology becomes very, very important. I did a video on that several months ago. I'm going to put a link to it in the description. I encourage all of you to go watch that video because it's very important how you want to approach getting back into the right trading mindset. Because sometimes if you really get whipsawed around, like I'm sure many of you have been, it can be quite painful, shake your confidence, and you need a method that you can rely on to get back on the horse and get back in the game. That being said, I want to talk about a trade today that you could put on tomorrow, as long as the market hasn't gone haywire and we have some 80-point down opening gap. But you could also wait and put it on. So let me show it to you and let me explain what I have in mind. So if I'm going to share the screen here, you'll be seeing my TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim screen or Schwab screen or whatever they call it now, since Schwab has taken over. And what I did here is I went out to October 13th, which is 19 days out. And what I did with that is I set up this fly. Now, there's a couple different ways you can do that. This is one way. And this is to put this trade on tomorrow. Like I said, as long as the VIX is, if the VIX is under 20, I'm pretty comfortable with doing this trade tomorrow. If it is, and you want to do something like this, you understand it, it fits your risk tolerance, then what I did here is went at the money. Now that could be somewhere else by the time you put this on tomorrow, so wherever that is. And then I went up 65 from that center. So in this case, 43.20, I'm using Friday's close number. I went up 65 at 43.85 and down 70, which is 42.50. Now, my idea with this trade is I don't have to be in it too long before I can get to 10%. In fact, I could get to 10% by the end of the week, just given what the theta is. And another reason I like this is because volatility has spiked up here to 17. So if we calm down at all, volatility should lower. That may even help this trade since it's short Vega. And I think this trade has a great chance of working for you. You could probably get, I'm hoping you could get, if we don't get crazy movement, 8 or 10% by the end of the week. So that's one way to put this trade on. Now, another way is to do something. You could use the same expiration and everything, but you could wait. There's many people who, and I'll explain what you're waiting for. There are many people who think that we're going to maybe go up and then maybe back down or just flat down. They don't have a lot of confidence. The market's pretty shaken by the hawkish words from the Fed chair saying, that interest rates would continue higher on into next year. And the market doesn't like that at all. So I think you could see a shake in confidence in the market be very weak, but that doesn't rule out some kind of a rally up, dead cat bounce, whatever you want to call it. So another method would be to wait until you see that rally up that you think is coming, if that's your opinion. And once you think that maybe it's bubbled up against resistance, you don't think, hey, it's not going to go to 4,400, it's going to come back down, that type of thing, at whatever point you want to make that call yourself. Well, then, hold on here, I got to get my analyze screen back. Then what you would do is put on a balanced fly. So what I would do with that, you could use 60 up, 60 down. Now look what happens whenever you put on a balanced fly. You become short delta, and it's very friendly if it goes down. So say it ran up here to 43.60, 70, died out, or you thought it was going to, you just center something right there. By the way, if you're wrong and it continues up, you still got a lot of upside room in your fly. But if you're right and it comes down, you can make 10% very rapidly if it comes down. So that's a little bit of a timing play. So if you understand that, you like that, and that's something you want to try, I think that's a good idea. Just remember, anytime you do a balanced fly, and by balanced, I mean it's equidistant from the short to the upper strike and from the short to the lower strike. What happens when you do that is you do get short delta, and you will be making money if it goes down. On the upside, though, you will get in trouble a little bit faster. As you can see, on the upside of this one, I'm down about 160 bucks at the upper break even, but I'm up $80 at the, or 90 at the lower break even. But if I do this the way we were looking at it, which was 70 down, 60 up, or 70 down, 65 up, I'll still be up money on the downside, not as much, and I'll be down a little bit less on the upside. So either way you want to do it is fine. You can just put this on 65 up, 70 down at the money with your strike or somewhere around it. And you can lean it one way or another if you want to do that. And by the way, it could be puts or calls. And you could do that tomorrow, you know, like I said, if the VIX is in range, or you could wait for that rally up you think might happen tomorrow or this week, and then put that balance fly on and try to enjoy the ride down. But that's my idea for this coming week. This is the tools that you can use in a lot of different circumstances, which is what I look to do for you here, is educate you on different ways you can use options to enhance your trading. And once again, I do encourage you to follow that link that's in the description to watch that video on trading psychology. It's very important to get your head on straight if you've been having some struggles in the market. As always, folks, please hit the like and subscribe to my channel, and put out those comments. I do get back to those. You can go through the comments. I answer a lot of comments, and tell your friends about it. Get them subscribing. We'll just keep growing, keep learning. We'll even be learning together. You know, I've always found that the best way to learn is, one of the best ways is to be teaching. And I've learned things all the time. You can learn things all the time. And hopefully this is a trading journey that both of us can really enjoy and find profitable. So have a great trading week. I'll be back with you next week. Bye-bye.